How is everybody today? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I never know when I'm going to start going down below the deck. So I think I'm going to start thinking a little bit better for my health and slow up just a slight bit. In fact, the easiest way to slow up just a slight bit is to actually center myself a little bit better so my videos will be better. Instead of getting a lot done, I'll get a little done that's concentrated. But when it's concentrated, you have to watch tomorrow how what was from concentration one day has grown the next day into a pie. But this pie just keeps growing and growing until you think you know it all, and I don't, so I'm not stopping. But I go slower so that just in case the rush comes down, automatically I haven't gone anywhere except for the energy of the spirit world that is coming within me. If I grab it and grab it and grab it and grab it, my beard is growing faster now. I keep grabbing it, and it's so hot inside me, the spirit, it's penetrating right through my beard. Well, yeah, I should start thinking, hey. You know what I was doing before? I was sweeping the floor. And I went under my desk to get, yeah, I have a desk. I went under my desk to get some of the dust, and I says, oh my God, I want to get where that little marking is on the floor. It's 3 inches more. But then if I advance the broom 3 more inches, I would have to bend down because the angle of the broom won't get under the height of the angle, well, 90-degree angle that the desk is in. So that came first. And then I was thinking about Scrabble, and I really never did a piece on Scrabble. So maybe one day somebody will tell me, hey, do a piece on Scrabble. And guess what? I've been scrabbling it all the way. Scrambled eggs. A little bit of something else and a little bit of something else will make something else. Just like the letters. If you use 0, Z, row, 1, 2, 3. Z is 4. 4 row, 4 in a row. 4 in a row, 4. Fourth row, 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 is tree. Now it's not funny, but I'm not making really a joke. When you say row 1 or 4, it's 4, Ron, gone. You don't see it. I'm going to have to turn the page on the back. Yeah, another thing, chess, checkers, just about any kind of game. If it's a calculator or if it's a telephone or keyboard, Saturn's philosophy stone. There's reasons you design this, okay? And within the design, if there's numbers that go with it. So if you find another design just like this or just a shape, I can tell you inside the shape, while this and this is happening, and this is happening, why the shape is like this and why the design is like this. You need in between. You're always going 1, 2, 1, 2. The corners are covered with 3. The sides in between the corners on the top and all the outsides, not inside the middle of Rubik's Cube, is counted at 2. And all dead centers is a 1 bolt lock. When that 1 bolt lock gets turning, she's turning herself, the reflection of herself, the north, east, west, and south. Even though you're looking at her and turning her, you're turning all of them at the same time. But you're not deterring the 2 on the outside. If you're turning the middle of the wheel, this one and this one, the 1 and 1 dead center, ain't doing shit. Just when you finish moving, they're going to have a new neighbor on the other side. One of the things that 0, 1, 2, or first, second, and third say, it says, where am I? For 1 to see far, for 1 to drive, I, because I, B, and E are 9 and 4 in Roman numerals. It also says river. It says the drone, the drive, the 40 drone, 41 drones, 1 trend, 110, 41 drones, 110. Okay, now I didn't finish this yet, and if you look, T and H is an ITH. When you see the letter F, okay, that's because it came from a 5 and you went fifth, so you had to add on that F to it. IEM is 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th, so when you see them. The other thing about the letters is that if you have a T or a J, the T and J are the 10 and 20th letters. Now we always replace 0 with a 6. So what 6 do we use? So what are we going to put in front of it? Is it going to be A and E, 6, 1 and 5th letter, or is it going to be E and I 6, the 5th and the 9th letter? Is that what I said? 9 and 5 is, yes, the 9 and the 6 is how can I explain it? E is the 5th letter, I is the 9th letter. Okay, 9 plus 5 is 15, A and E. But now you can play A and I because you've got, do you understand what I said? When you add up the 15 from 9 and 5, 9 plus 5 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. Sorry, I didn't say it properly. Wow. Wow, very bad. Anyways, when you have E-T-E-I-T-H, it has to do with 20th. There's a drone, 401-10-4, 40-11-04. What does that mean? I should have did this when it was coming in. 401, well, this says October 2014, if I really want to read it properly. 164, 164. The other thing I get out of here, I know that I haven't really said much, I know. It's also calling on 163. It also says, here's another one. I don't know if it's the same spot. 4, 1, 2, 3. This is the jail. 2, 3, 4. 4 and 1. That's the only one that can possess that one is because it's one of the ships that possess that one. It's DNA add. This is the originator of the whole thing is 41. It's the center. Why? Because when you start on 14 and you jump another Rubik's Cube into the next center, it's 27 and 14, you become 41. There's only one person that can play from behind. Okay? The first move in here is 14. If you move the 14, you go all the way back to the 14 before. This 27 gives you the first 14. So that means you're a plus 14, that's where it came from, plus the 41 makes you 55 for your passage. If you really want to understand, when I go back to the last 14, minus 27, 14, when you minus 27 from this 14, you're now minus. So you're onto the other side of the blocks. You're not on this side of the blocks. This is on this side of the blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. The other thing is, here's another piece of this. 0 or Zorro. Standard death. S-T-N-D-R-D-T-H. It's E-T-H because of the S-T. It's A because it's after T. And before R, you can always put an A or an E because of the R, of the properties of the R letter. The A is in front of the R letter, not like the F. When we use the 6 before, the 6 is the F. The D is on one side, the F is on the other side, although they're the same distance from the corner. That's the way it works. And besides that, once you get the F, you already get EF. It's in the sound. E owns F and A owns E, or the opposition of the two. So you have Zorro, standard death. Zorro is the cut of the tie, the Z. The Z represents the doghouse. When you look at underneath here, it says cutting of the tie. When the Jewish people die, they cut the tie on a slant because you're cutting off from this world. You've cut off. You see there's a 7 going this way and a 7 going this way. You've cut off the 2 of them. Now you have only 1 7 when you cut it in half. You ever see what the F looks like with that line through it? Well, that's what you become. Just a line through a 7, becoming just an F. When you're just an F, what are you? You need a single dot in order to work into this world. Anyways, I'm going to do some fast stuff. Okay? One of the things, Z, S, T, and D, R, D, T, H. Okay? When you go to 4th, it says crazy heart. Crazy 8, crazy heart. When you go to 4th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, just say the word 4th. You spell it as F-O-U-R. In French, it says fou, and it says art. It says crazy. It's the mart. It's a trap. Crazy heart. It's a crazy heart. What does our heart think? Crazy heart. These are the numbers that go along with it. 4, 3, 9, 4, 7. This is, I mean, if you really want to just add it up, it's 27, 3 by 3 by 3. But it's so perfect because 0 and 0, 1 says Mars, and then it says Earth. And then on 2, it says Pluto. And then on 3, It says Pluto again. When you say 2 Plutos, you're on Jupiter. And then it says 7 Uranus. Fourth, RTH. There's an RTH, there's a fifth, where they take out the V and 5, they put an F, it becomes an FTH. They all THs are amongst a bunch of THs, and some of them are only 28s. But when it's an RTH, it's 928, it's a 928 push. Each number has a different letter, and each letter says something different about the teenage, the time, ever, the place you are, and what you're doing for the 9 and plus 1 different divisions. You can also go like the fifth element, FTH, which is 34 and represents 7. 5 represents 7. 4 represents 7. 3 represents Mars. 1 represents Mars. 1 and 3 represents Mars. A and C, center C of the piano, number 13. The number 13, that must be unlucky. It's not me, it's right in here. The other part of the numbers game is roast and radar death. This is your DNA. Somehow they manipulate your DNA into this world. You see, this is, how can you say it? I believe maybe we're in a rental world, almost like the geisha people. And we have to do all these things through life in order to get through life and to gain from it. And it's really our choice before anything started. So there's a formation in this world, okay? I mean, for them, at the end, they're going to know whatever happens, however they do it, whatever, it doesn't matter. So then we have on here, it says 40 because the ZE in 0 is 4, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0, east, or 402 east, 40 east, stand and dare. Or Dar, or could it be Darth Vadar? Dare death. Roast and come dare death. Because the exteriors of our bodies, we dry up. But actually, in the other world, it's the wet that's on the outside. Because you don't want your bubble to burst. So we have a whole lot of numbers like this. Then we have where 1, 2, 3, 4, first, second, third, fourth is something, fifth is something, 6, 7, 6 is something, but 7, 8, 9 is something different. It's a 13 and a 14 and a 15 and a 16 and a 17 and an 18 and a 19. But in French, 17, 18, 19 is separated from the rest of them. Even though we go from 10th, which is a whole word, adding on the TH to TEN. 11th, the TH is added on to the end of, but not all of them are that way. There's a whole lot of equations because you got to learn everything about the number. You got to know the number, what the number can do, what the number looks like, depending on what angle that number is on and what level it's in. And obviously, by the Mayans, they showed us a skit of 260 different divisions. Well, within the 260 different divisions, there's more divisions because every time you make an X, you have 5 spots that turn out 1 spot in towards the center. Now you have all your connectors, and then you have your lines in the center again. You have to crisscross that paper until every single element has been counted for. Wouldn't want to leave you out, would I? Would you? So there's other things now. We have 91, which is 91st. Or we have the 19th with a TH, but this 19th is 19th. EEN 44, trapped in the middle, Barack Obama, Herbert Hoover, Hoover down, 13 presidents from number 30, who was 31, which is who, Herbert Hoover, there's 13 later, who was 44, but he's actually 43, and that's Barack Obama, in which, not to say that Grover was the 22nd and 24th president, and take that fact away, then JFK was now the 34th president, making Barack Obama the 43rd president. The total, they make the 77th president of AC/DC, Earth and the Mars Project, and we're coming in on a harpoon. So let's keep it up and let's keep on moving. We have fourth. We have the group of 20s. There are 8 of them. 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th. And that's a different group than all the other groups because there's another F added in. There's only 8. Now there's no longer 8. There's 7, and the 5 is special because the 5 position is your nose position. It goes to your eyes, back to your ears, and down towards and over your chest and behind your back. That's the way it works. It's on a soccer ball. I saw the soccer ball the other day, and I said, oh, if you show me, we go like this. Here to here is 13, right? Let me break it up in Sudoku. Once I get it all broken up, I can see what we've got. Right now, I got 20 rows by 13, make 260. Right away, I know it's T-O-Z, Zut. Capital M. 4 times 20. 20, 20, 20, 20. We sort of live 1D, you know what I'm saying? We don't live in squares. We definitely don't. So now we went 10th, 11th, 12th. But it's 13th after that. Why is the girl and why is the boy? Well, I didn't work on that, but I know it's in there. It's all in there. I haven't missed yet. Sometimes I can't find it because I don't know the question that I'm looking for. I just know I'm looking for something that I haven't seen or heard or touched or smelled. You know what's really funny? The other night I said to my wife, and I'm not married, okay, so this is the beginning to have a problem. I said to my wife, who I'm not married to, and she's not even here, and I haven't seen a girl in over whatever it is. Mr. Tackmans is very busy, no time for this. Okay? Oh, yes, oh, yes. I will never forget what it is. But I went out with her for the chicken and ribs. And, you know, I says, nice hair. I said, you just changed your hair red tonight? She says, yeah. I says, okay. Waitress comes up and says, what would you like? And I said, I'll take chicken wings. My wife says, that's it. She says, what are you going to have? She says, I'm going to have half and half. Chicken and ribs. Lady comes out with the order, sits in front of my wife, and my wife puts her hands in the air and says, what's this? I wanted chicken and ribs. She says, that is chicken and ribs. It's pork ribs with a chicken breast. She says, well, I wanted half and half. Where's the other half of the breast? Because the breast is where the ribs are. She didn't know pork had ribs. Can't call a pig chicken, but you can definitely have ribs off of the chicken itself. Let's go on to the next thing. And I haven't talked about Scrabble or chess or backgammon, horse racing, pai gow, casino games, blackjack, pai gow, mahjong, poker, whatever you want. Lucky 7, unlucky 7. If you want to have a deck of dice, craps, whatever game you want to play, if it's been on the market, we can do it. It all has a place. How many teeth we have in our mouth, how many bones we have, what our bones do, and how come we're picking a bone and we're using that for a good expression. Here's one of the pages I have to do. Here's the other part. And I've been reading off these pages as we're going through it with you. And we're going to go to the next part. Here's another part. I'm just going to show you this. Maybe I won't get back to it. Maybe I will. So funny. You know what 012 says? It says for standard def only. Think about it. The beginning of 0 is ZE. Figure it out. Go backwards. Z26E5, number 31. He goes 13 forward this way, but to go back the other way, he hits 31 when he hits 10. I got to write that down. You know why? Hold on a second. He goes this way, he hits 31. He goes this way, he has to go 10. Z-E-R-O, 13 to 31. The difference is 18. Wow. Is that not perfect or what? Did you understand me? Wow. If he goes forward 13, okay, just he's going forward 13. Between 13 and 31 is 18. But to get the 31 backwards from go, it's 10. Michael Jordan hits the hoop. Michael Jordan's number 23. Jail is number 31. You have to move 10 back. And the only one that goes in jail is A&H, the spirit who plays the piece. That's the number of your piece on the table. It has to be 9. It has the one spirit of 8. And you're the 8. You're the controller. You roll the dice, you make the move, and you make all the decisions. That's number 18. You played sort of 2 games in one head. Okay, so we did this. Who's with me? Who's not with me? Then there's another thing we did again with 3, 4, and then this is going to be in the next video because this one is too long. I'm not sure what we showed in this video, but maybe I'm going to give it a little bit more dirt. Get rid of some of the dirt that I'm working on. Again, the talisman numbers, and these numbers here, if you ever saw them, upside down, right side up, and 36 long in 3 different games. I have to change this with these and interchange them until the talisman of the Saturn Libra has come to my better understanding with the same numbers of 7, 4, and 3. 16, 52, 43, 85, 94, 67. They're all 13s, they're all 7s, everything is created. You create the 0 in this, becomes 6. In this one, you create that Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Hey. You create 4 and 6 with this, and that's what we're on. It says 1. I wish I had a better way of explaining to you. Just take my word for it. Take my word for it. Another thing is planet is 6 and 8, and the time we live is 5 and 7, because 5 and 7 is Uranus. 7 is also a star that is in the center of the 6-point star. It is the 7. The octagon encompasses the inside, so we can have a house that's closed off. So we have that, and at the same time, 5 and 7 equals to 35 and 12. And when you write it down, when you write down, okay, certain numbers, when you write down 5 and 7, just look what the 7 looks like. See the 7? What it looks like. What do you actually get from that? Looks like what? 5T is sometimes said as 50. 1, 2, 3, 50. I have to look myself because I'm trying to figure out 5, 7. No, it looks like something else. Wow, what is it? 5, 1, 5, 7. Anyways, why I put 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 is because my added numbers was 12. Okay, 5 and 7 is 12, so I put 12 in the front, and then I just put 7 by 5 is 35 behind it, and I get 1, 2, 3, 5T, which is usually 4T. Anyways, I don't even like what I said there. When you add it up, I shouldn't have pulled around. Take away those 3 minutes. 7 and 5 is 12, and 6 is 18, so it becomes 18R. So this means, okay, the resident angel. This is the resident angel. This is the number of Ison coming in. We're not alone, my friends. We're far from being alone. I can tell you right now. I know. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Now here's another one. Star of Bethlehem. Oh my God. 28 is the letters B and H. At the same time, it's T and H. When you put them together, it says habit. Bad habit. Just trying to see. Okay, Raphael 72.